Hello and welcome back. Good morning. This is your Spiritual Growth Tarot reading with a little bit of astrology for today, which is, this reading will be for Friday, July 21st, 2023. So the moon that was in Leo, hooking up with, Mercury and Venus in the last couple of days, has now moved into, late Thursday night, it moved into Virgo. So it hooked up with Mars, and now it's on the other side of Mars by 11 a.m. this morning, Pacific time. And so what that means is that, we've had Mars here opposing Saturn, so Mars and Venus opposing Saturn in Pisces, where we're trying to work hard and create strong, healthy boundaries on one level, especially for us empaths and people who care for others, to the point where we're tested. That's part of our life path, is to be tested with our boundaries. And now with the moon hooking up there, might bring in more of a test where we have issues with a family member or someone that we really love, and we're wanting more. With the cards, if I just go with the cards, we're wanting more. And this is the card that relates to, we had it earlier in the week, this is that card that relates to the North Node that has newly moved into Aries and is ruled by Mars. So we were wanting more. The world is in our hands. We can create just about whatever we want. The question is, what do we want to invest ourselves in? Or, how much time do we want to invest? And, the sad thing is, so in the heart space, in the love space, this part isn't sad, this is the best part of life, is that the love space brings in, here we have, okay, so here's the little lesson. So in the heart space, love, it abounds. It's the natural state of our heart and our core. But in that space, time doesn't exist. It's all one. It's, it's just eternal. There's no such thing as past, present, and future when it comes to love. So here we are dancing through life in relationships, but here we are incarnated as well, and this is where Saturn, in Pisces brings in that deeper understanding, is that we're living in, we are these unitive, beautiful, loving beings that are living a dualistic experience on life, in life, on Earth. And we're going, wait, what? And so you can, you can be hanging out with a friend and you feel like, and maybe you haven't seen them in years, and it's like you go right back to, you catch up, but of course the connection is just as strong as it ever was, and probably gets stronger and stronger as time goes by. But there's that place where you can get lost in the feeling that there's always plenty of time. But then you turn around and it's 10 o'clock at night and you're still talking on the phone, and now you're all energized and you can't go to sleep because of that, connection was energizing. For empaths, to connect with other people is invigorating, or just, it's usually not draining unless they're not the right people to hang out with. But I'm trusting that if you're hanging out with somebody late on the, at night on the phone, that it is invigorating, or there's the connection. So the lesson here has to do with, this earthly lesson that has to do with, we only have so much time in our day. And our problem is it's like time management, life, work, balance, where, we have to get enough sleep, and we have to have time to cook healthy food, and we have to have our clothes washed, and we have to, have our house clean. Otherwise, life is hell. So we can't, at some point in our, in our evolution, we realize we have enough wisdom to realize that to get more, things need to be more simple. And when we start figuring out where to invest our time, right? And that is an act of self-love. When we have the, anytime I have the Lover's card come through reverse, the meaning for me is it's about self-love. Now, someone who, and all of the people that love us, who really love us, they would want us to take good care of ourselves. But we can get so wrapped up in relationships sometimes that you forget what time it is, and then it's like, oh my goodness, and then you pay for it the next day, right? Younger people can probably relate, but these are the dynamics, I think, today. Let's see, what else, though? What else could it be? Because with this, Moon-Mars conjunction today, there's something about moving forward. I'm thinking it's just that wanting, because the moon intuits and it responds. And then Mars is there wanting, all in Virgo, to work, to get something done. So whatever it is that you're wanting, even if you don't know what it is, the question on the table today, I think, is, okay, how much time will it take me? How much time do I have? Is this paying off? Because those are always the questions with the Seven of Pentacles. We are literally reevaluating. So we might be reevaluating our real needs in relationship, and we might be working with a deeper level of self-love than we've had before. And then sometimes, too, with the Lovers, when it comes to reversed, there's a conflict because maybe this person isn't there enough, and so there's trust issues. But if you're there for yourself, there's the self-love that needs to come in, and then that releases the demand on the other person, because, that's how it is in relationships. No one can be there for you 100% of the time. That's just life. So maybe there's a little bit of a disconnection about what you want. So the way to work with that is to always ask your feeling body, ask your emotional body, like, what is it that I really want, that I feel I'm not being met, because there's, for some reason here with the Lover's reverse, you're not being met. But it could have to do with a work issue as well. Could have to do with relationships at work that can be kind of draining. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I want more, rather than having to take care of these coworkers. So there's balance, that needs to, balance and boundaries that needs to come in so that you can do your work. But communication is always key. And of course, the Lovers is ruled by Mercury, which, actually, this card is a Gemini card, but I put Mercury in there because Mercury rules Gemini. Could have put Virgo too, but it's not a Virgo card. It's a Gemini card. It's about opportunities and choices and communication. And communication is always key when it comes to relationships. So if you're in a committed relationship, then, just speak up. Say you want more. And, what are we doing here, kind of a thing, maybe. And if it's a work relationship, you might have to say, you know what, I really have to put my head down and get to work and get this done. Otherwise, everything's going to die on the vine, and then I'm going to be out looking for another job. And if it has nothing to do with work or an intimate relationship, it might have to do with some travel plans, right? Let's put it back to reverse. Might have to do with some travel plans you're thinking of making, but you're trying to figure out, how can I work it so that I get things the way I want that really honors my self-love, right? So for me, that means I stay off of planes because I don't have any control on a plane. I can't pull over when I want, and I can't, blah, blah, blah. I would just rather be on the road in a car. And yeah, there's that. So for me, that's how I've worked it. But for you, everyone is so unique. And you can have fun on planes with different people, but not me. It never turns out well for me. So, but anyway, let me know how it goes for you guys today, because it's a big day. This is a huge week we have going on. Okay, I will get this uploaded and see you later. Bye.